Hello, testing. Good evening. One, two, three. I'm going to start in about 5 minutes. So let me just write this down. I'm going to go get myself a cup of tea. So while you're here, I'll be back. 5 minutes. Maybe a few people will join and then we can have a look at the charts together. Right. In 5 minutes. Ali Hash, welcome. It's just us, huh? So that's good. Let's go straight to SLERF. And that's what you want. Wait if there's more people, and then I'll go back to go back to BTC. I'm interested in SLERF too. Oh wow. Look at that. When did I do that? Did I do that yesterday? Fuck me. Did I do that yesterday? I need to look because I can't remember. It'd be pretty good if I did, though. Reno, welcome. Let me find it here. When did I talk about SLERF? Oh, it was right at the end, I think. I was on that for a long time. I was looking at that for a long time. I don't think I did it yesterday, did I? Can't remember. Did I do that today? Don't think so. Shit. I've got memory of a fish, obviously. Literally a fish. Don't remember when I did that. Crazy. I wish I could. I wish it told me when I did this. Right. Let's get rid of it anyway. So did you watch my video yesterday? Oh, Mujahid, welcome. I don't know what Japan's going to do. Reno, yes. TP Wednesday. Marve, welcome. Fucking hell, look at that. That's pretty good. Sorry, there's a lot on my mind, yeah, right now. for many reasons. I've got a lot of things on my mind. Maybe I'll talk about it. What's the time now? 10:24. Okay, so that's a little bit of rejection there, isn't it? A little bit of a take profit. Just get rid of these brush strokes now. Maybe I should go to something else, not SLERF. Maybe I should have a look at Bitcoin first. XRP, dude, fuck XRP. I've got a lot on my mind right now, so we fill the gap. Let me just delete all this stuff now. And let me just have a look at the order flow as well quickly. I think because I'm in some trades as well, so I might have to kind of pause as well. There's big bullish divergence here. See that? CVD down. So Bitcoin's being absorbed at the moment. So I do wonder if we go up one more time here. Just up to here, there's some bullish CVD. Am I seeing bearish CVD? Not yet. I'm not seeing bearish CVD yet. So I think I want to see bearish CVD. If I'm going to see bearish CVD, then I think I'm gonna, because I think probably we're going to go up to take that high and then go down if we're gonna range here. All-time high before Trump. I think all-time high, yeah. Markets look good, especially XRP. XRP. Everything about Marty, welcome. Oh, it's been a crazy day, a bit of a crazy day. Hey. Don't know where Allcourt Dreaming is. He doesn't mean online all day. All right, let's just quickly. Let me just be very quick. Let me not get distracted. Let me just have a look at this volume and just update the volume quickly. Range slightly higher. Trump pump. No changes, not really. that. Cold winter rain. I got tea. Oh, you're in Hyde Park. Fuck me. Dude, get back home. Get back in bed. Let me just, so effectively what happened today, you probably know because you guys are probably all in Discord, but earlier on today, in the morning, I was pinged. Who's that pinged by R? Is R here? And then he posted that, which was from last night. And then he asked me a question. I think BTC was going for the neckline around 95k, but then I said New York will probably reverse this whole drop. CPI print later, UK inflation was lower than expected, so you kind of want it to be the lower than expected, and that would be bullish. And that's kind of what I was expecting. It looked bearish for a little bit, and then the CPI did print, and then it just kind of went a little bit mental, didn't it? And so when you're looking at the price action, see here it was dropping. Basically what I said yesterday pretty much played out, didn't it? It kind of broke that line, took the high, came back to test, and then it dropped. Okay, and then it was heading for 95k, but there was bullish CVD. I think there was bullish CVD. Let me look at it. You can see it. See that? Lower CVD, higher low. That was your bullish CVD. And then you had the CPI print, bam. And also at the same time, ETH seemed to be more, a little bit, start to pump. And that kind of gives you the indication that crypto wants to go up, because when you're looking at ETH, when you see that ETH starts pumping, starts getting really strong, that was your indication. That was like, for me, that was a real good indication to just go fucking long, because I was expecting the CPI print and I was looking at this as a correction potentially. Anyway, that was kind of how it played out. I didn't expect it to be so violent, but you know, sometimes it is. And that's what you get in an impulsive wave. When you're expecting impulse, it can be quite violent, right? So this is where we are now. What actually happened was we smashed through, hit 98k, and then we kind of was getting acceptance into the single prints. It happens so fast. It happens so fast that it's very difficult to long. So you have to be very quick when it comes to the single prints. And it's just a lesson, isn't it? It's a lesson for everyone, the single prints. You see, you get acceptance into the single prints and the single prints fill. And they did, they filled. See that? Once you got acceptance, they filled. That in itself is a trade in itself. And I said 103 is big resistance. I don't necessarily think the single prints are big resistance. I just think it feels it was a good place for people to take profit. But the move is so strong and the momentum is up that maybe I am still expecting higher prices. We just have to see how this plays out, because at the moment you could also reject from here now that we've had a reaction. So it's really important we've seen a reaction, and so the next time the price goes up, you're probably going to get people selling to that. Okay, so just be aware of that. It's happening. It could happen quite fast. The question now is, do we put in a higher high here and grind up, until we hit our target for another move up, or do we just start rejecting, take the lows here, and then start going down, heading towards the point of control? Okay, pretty much just to fill the gap, test the neckline, whatever. The price can only go up or down, but it can also go sideways. The reality is, like looking at this now, you can see that we've fallen underneath the range value area high. We're above it for a little bit, we're underneath it. If we continue seeing bullish CVD, then we could get another move to go down. Okay, if it's sold into, and then the question is, does it take the high or not? Do we start grinding up, or do we get a clean rejection here? Don't know where. And then start working our way down. Why would you work your way down now? Because it's moved so much. And when you're looking at the daily candle, yeah, it's a big move, isn't it? It's a really big move. How much has Bitcoin moved? 3%, all the way up to 4.2%. It's quite a big move. That's on the daily candle. See that? And so that wick is a little bit of a take profit, so it's good for people to take profit in the wick, in the same candle. Sometimes you just get it closing without a take profit, and then the next candle becomes your take profit. It's good to see a take profit in the current candle. That's what you kind of want to see. And so naturally, what time is it now? It's at 10:35. Dan, welcome. Altcoin Dream is here. Oh wow, so there's a lot of people here, so I'm worried that it's going to crash. That's usually what happens, right? So just be aware of that. When people suddenly jump onto the stream and my viewers go up, the price actually starts to go down. So it's a trend, huh? So just be aware of that. Just a bit of a disclaimer. Anyway, let's just kind of, I don't want to really spend too much time. There's a lot of things to look at, but just looking at this right now, we are hitting resistance. There are many resistances here to contemplate. Firstly, you've got the end of the single prints. You've got that trend line. Remember that trend line I said? Don't ignore the trend line. Yeah, so we're at the trend line. It can get quite bullish at the trend line and still reject. So just be aware of that. Yeah, so that's our first reaction. It's not a perfect reaction. So you've kind of pushed through the trend line a little bit. But there you see there's a little bit of a reaction there, which kind of might make people think, okay, I want to sell now. This is good. I'm thinking about selling. You've got a naked daily point of control, which has been missed. So I do wonder if we go up. I don't know if we go up and hit that. I wonder if we do grind up. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how bullish it is, but we have to look at the CVD. At the moment, when I'm looking at the market structure, we're still bullish. We're still in bullish market structure on the 5-minute time frame, aren't we? Higher high, higher low, higher low, higher high, all the way down to there, all the way down to 98. So it's got quite a wide range, but here on the 5-minute time frame, we're in bullish market structure. That hasn't changed yet. If you do change to bearish, then you'll start getting more selling. So that was the first kind of big TP for a lot of people because of where it came. And also the other thing to bear in mind is it was also, I think, the golden pocket. See that? So there's quite a good area to take profit. So don't ignore that. And it's quite a strong selling tail, isn't it? But we're still putting in higher lows. See that? We're still putting higher lows here. Early shorts often get punished. So, or it could just kind of struggle here and you could come back down. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that could, it becomes more bearish. The higher you go, the more bearish it becomes. And I do wonder if I don't know, but it could easily reject it just because of the golden pocket. You've got a naked daily point of control that hasn't been hit. That's slightly above this pivot, So I do wonder if we go up, hit the naked daily point of control, swing failure there, and then reject. I am thinking like that at the moment. That would be a good place to take profit, and maybe even short, to be honest with you, if we could get that kind of price action. If you get a swing failure, you'd have to get a swing failure. And the one thing that was quite interesting is there was liquidation. So it's good to see liquidations. See, you've got a little liquidation bubble there. If we start seeing bearish CVD, that's a good indicator that you should really start closing your positions out if you haven't done so already, and start getting bearish, like more bearish. And we're not seeing that just yet. So because the market structure on the lowest time frames is still bullish, I do kind of think because we're seeing bullish CVD, we might still attack those highs. I don't know if it's going to happen today or in the early hours in the morning, just to go up, take the high, and then if you get a rejection, then maybe it could be heading down. Okay, just to kind of reverse everyone who's long here, just kind of liquidate them, and then maybe range for a little bit, possibly. Okay, but we are getting bullish market structure here, aren't we? And we are getting bullish CVD. So it's good to see that if we're still bullish. All right, the minute that changes, you've got to be on top of it like a like a rash on someone's whatever. So that's kind of where we are. Let's kind of have a look at chat amongst yourselves. It's just me. It's good to see you guys. It's always nice to have you here with me. I'm a little bit stressed, to be honest with you, and I'm stressed about TRVL. That's another story. I don't know if I want to go into it in too much detail, but it's been an exciting day for me trying to deal with some TRVL issues. Maybe I will go into it because maybe there's some people here who have TRVL and we have to kind of have a frank conversation about TRVL. Let's have a look at the waves though, because that's quite important too. Let me see this. That was your 1. Did we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is that it? And is that our wave 3 to there? Sorry, let me just delete that. Is that a 3? And are we expecting a little 5 like that? Was that a 1? That looked like it could be a 1. With a flat. Three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Just delete that now. Let's just get rid of these. It's a bit too messy. Let me just have a look at these ratios. Let me just hide this now because it's in the way. We don't need to see these lines. We'll just keep that trend line. Look at that. Hit the 618 perfectly. Look at that. Amazing, huh? The power of fibs, huh? Just amazing, huh? From the 0 to the 1 to the 2. And then it went, the next wave went up, hit the 618 perfectly. There are 5 waves there, aren't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With another 4 or 5 to be had potentially. Maybe 4 down to the POC, to the point of control, for a big test. Can the 5 be, how big can the 5 be? Well, look, the 3 is smaller than the 1, so the 5 can't be bigger than the 3. So it could be like that. or it could be like that, as long as it's not bigger, right up to the value area high. Could it go up and take that high? Probably not. Come all the way down here, then the 5 will probably come up to here. But if you kind of flatten, if the 4 is flat there, then you have a chance of so it depends on the 4 really, after you complete the 3, which is kind of completing soon. It depends on the 4, huh? Because if you get a flatter 4, or some kind of bullish flat, then you have a chance to break this trend line and take out those highs at 103k. So we have to see how this 4 plays out, to be honest with you. So I think possibly this 3 is over, because it's kind of nicely hit the 618, and then this 4 technically can come all the way back to the top of the 1 for a nice test. And then if it does that, then you're probably just going to come up to their golden pocket, or just whatever, and then you're in a correction. You finished your 1, and then you're in another ABC, and then you're looking for probably another wave, huh? Probably another 5-wave impulse. I think if we're really bullish, we should just be really bullish and stay bullish, but I do also acknowledge that we're into big resistance now. We're into the golden pocket, we're into this 618 fib, we're into this trend line, we're into the range value area high, potentially the Trump pump value area high. We're into big resistance right now. Altcoin Dreaming saying the CBT is different to his. Let's have a look at your one. Well, you're using It is different, huh? Are you using invest perpetuals? It looks like you are. Oh, this is the first sign of potentially bearish CBD rule. See that? Not yet. Yeah, now we're getting some selling. You see that? It's very different to yours. I don't understand that. Maybe because I'm using a line and you're using candles. Could be. So this is the first sign of bearish CBD. If we take that high, then it's invalidated. It has to take that little high there. That was a short closing that pushed it up. The volume is really low now, isn't it? All right, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Oh, did it put in a higher high? No, not yet. It's not crazy bearish. It's equal at the moment. It's only slight. There's only a slight sell. I'd like to see another buy and then see this go up and then the price not go up. I'd like to see real bearish CBD here. If that starts to happen, then it'd be good. If you're in a long, it'd be good to kind of try and cut back your position a little bit. Just take it. If you haven't taken profit, then start thinking about that now. You should be thinking about taking profit at the highs, just to minimize your, just in case we get a corrective move. If you haven't done that already, and I don't know, you might be just looking to just ride it to the to all-time highs. Who knows? No one really knows if it's going to go to all-time highs. So let me look at the 1 minute time frame. Yeah, look, see, in the 1 minute time frame, it is not, I mean, there's selling, but it's put in a higher high here, so that's invalidated. It has been absorbed. You can see it's been absorbed, but it's put in a higher high, so technically it's still bullish, not bearish rather, but you can see that there's been a big sell there. The sell order there, that's been a limit. Someone's limited out there. Right, let's have a look at, oops, let's just have a look at ETH as well while we're looking at this, because I've been kind of looking at ETH with real interest. So altcoin dreaming was saying, I've never seen a Gartley play out properly, but hey, not too bad, huh? Not too shabby. This Gartley. You can have that, you can put that in your records, in your books, for something that you see that did play out. So you see, all ETH is actually a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin. Just because we've kind of smashed into that golden pocket. And I think the first sign, for me, the first sign of weakness here would be kind of to lose it. Trying to get in but can't, and then you'd fall down. And I think if Bitcoin is continuing to be like, if this is what, if Bitcoin starts to correct flat, then I think ETH is just going to kind of keep them going up. But if Bitcoin now wants to zigzag and pull back, then I think ETH is going to pull back more, or potentially more. So right now you can see that even though this was a nice bullish push, you can see we're falling back underneath the top side of the golden pocket, finding a little bit of resistance, and that's not good for altcoins when that happens. We're still in the local range here. But we're at the lows. So it's not looking as strong as it could. And that's normal, isn't it? So we're kind of correcting. This is corrective. Let's just see if Bitcoin is correcting as well. Yeah. Anyway, you can see for yourselves we're into resistance. Yeah, so not financial advice. I'm not telling you guys what to do. All right, you do what you feel like you have to do. Everyone is different. we're kind of underneath the range value area high. We've had a reaction, a nice reaction, filled the single prints. And could there be another wave here? The final wave? Yeah, could be a little pump to finish this off. And then it doesn't really matter, does it? Because I'm not necessarily expecting a crazy move now. I think the move is coming to an end or has ended. And then you're correcting. The minute you change market structure on the locally, it'd have to come all the way down there. Then you could get a nice up potentially, and then it could head down to the point of control. So this is actually quite a good place to take a little bit of profit if you haven't done so already. If you're looking to take profit, this is not a bad place to do that. Or if you're looking to ride it forever and just gamble, that's on you. That's on you. That's kind of where we're at the moment. All right, any questions so far? Does this have legs to go further? Well, I think it all depends on this for correction. But if it does kind of pull all the way back here, then again, you're only going back up to the high potentially. You could actually go higher, because you just can't do a one-to-one because the 3 is shorter. So, but I mean, it could just go back to the high like that, bounce to the high, and then it could be like a, but I think if we go all the way to the point of control and you go back up, then we might actually end up we could be here for a little bit, which is actually quite good for altcoins, to be honest with you. I don't think it's terrible. It's terrible for altcoins. It might be now, but I don't know if it's terrible for altcoins if Bitcoin just ranges here for the weekend. Yeah. As long as it can find support on the point of control. It's quite strong there. It's not too weak. As long as it's not like if it starts to be corrective, you don't want to dump. That's what you don't want. You don't want dumping. You don't want suddenly dump single prints and then single prints, and then that would be quite terrible. Yeah, if you get that kind of behavior. But if you just get like really gentle correctiveness, whatever correctiveness, then actually that could be quite good for altcoins, because they'll start pumping, won't they? And actually what will happen is that people will start pumping the alts because they haven't moved as much as Bitcoin necessarily. Some of them have, but not all of them. The sellers who have been patient for the past few weeks want some profits. Trend is the sellers. Any questions on that? It's hard to know. Yeah, it's hard to predict. It's easier to predict areas of confluence where the price can react, and when you see a reaction, that's what you're looking for. We've seen a reaction now, so if you are going to start shorting, then basically at the moment that's your invalidation. It could totally go up and swing failure and go down and reject. That's probably what people are waiting for if they're looking to short. But you can see right now it could just freeze here. Let me just have a look at the XO chart. I just want to see some, there you go, there's your first indication of slight bearish divergence. The price is coming back up. The key is if it takes out this high here, 99820. How far away? We're not far away. You take out that high, then you're not bearish anymore because you put in a higher high here as well, and the CVD is higher, so it's only slight. It just means that there's some slight selling. It's easier to see if you suddenly get a big buy and this goes up and the price doesn't move. Right now you're just seeing a little bit of gentle, very gentle scaling out, maybe not too crazy. And naturally, I think someone has shorted there. You can actually see the shorts because you can see the OI increasing as the price comes down. CVD is coming down. You see some shorts in there in that move down. So some people have covered their positions. Usually that That's a cover, less a short. And so what someone will have done is they'll be in longs and they'll take a short just to cover their long. They'll take profit and then they'll have an invalidation there, and at least they're covered because they have a short and a long. And so they're not too worried about the price then, because it can just go up and down and they're not losing any money because they have a short right at the high where there was a reaction. And that's a really, when you get a liquidation, that's a really good, it's a really advanced strategy, to be honest with you, to be able to cover your longs. You've got to be really focused and prepared for that. All right, so I'm not really going to try and predict anything right now. To be honest with you, I think I've done enough predicting. You can only be right so many times. Eventually you're going to be wrong. So I'm on a roll, so I don't want to like overdo it and try and predict what's going to happen. I am inclined to think, so let's just kind of hide this a little bit, go to the daily candle, because I like to do that. Yesterday I said it was a bullish day, didn't I? I said it was bullish. Why? Closed higher. Yeah, that was a bullish candle, that was a bullish candle. Oh, guess what? Well, that's another bullish candle. This is not at the moment a bearish candle, it's a really bullish candle. It's closed higher, but the problem is that you've really closed higher. You've closed really high. Yeah, it's not a problem, but that could, you could pull back tomorrow. You could actually potentially, you can actually put in a lower high here and pull all the way back down to there. You could end up with a really miserable red candle all the way down to there tomorrow. You could even go all the way down and react off the bottom of that candle. You know, it's very possible to go all the way back down to 96,600 tomorrow. Very possible. Yeah, so just bear that in mind. And especially if you've got longs here and they're getting trapped, and then they suddenly get trapped, and then the price starts going down and they have to market sell, and you end up right back at the bottom. But if this wants to continue, then it would be okay if it went down and tapped that. But the problem is it will go down quite far if it went down there to tap that. I don't know if we're going to, it's possible. Let me have a look here. This would be nicer if we got something like this. So ideally, if we want continuation, we need like a green doji here tomorrow. I don't think we're going to get great continuation if we go all the way back down to 97, etc., and form a red candle tomorrow with a daily level here. And then you're going to have a daily untapped daily level there, another untapped daily level there. That becomes resistance at the golden pocket. It'd be difficult to go up if we end up with a red candle tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I think if you want continuation, if we want continuation, you're kind of looking for something similar to this to get through that trend line. So doji, get on the other side and then smash up type thing. So you really want a flat correction here for continuation. Otherwise, go down, go down, go down, or whatever, go down. You kind of have to go down first, and then who knows, like if you start going down, people get bearish again, don't they? And then when you go down, it's hard to stop the price from going down, and then you end up right back at the lows. So just, and then people get really bearish, shouldn't they? If that happens, be like, this would look really bearish because you've just put in a lower low, and that's your lower high. This has every potential of being a lower high right now. So tomorrow is going to be a very important day, yeah, to see what happens. I don't know if you want to be in big long trades tomorrow while this shit happens. Do you? I don't know, because I'm not really necessarily expecting, I don't know, I mean, it's always possible, but I think I'm not really expecting to just go up like that. that would require a really big squeeze, and we've already had a liquidation at the golden pocket, which is market buying at the golden pocket, and a reaction. So I think tomorrow I'd want to see a doji. Yeah, I'd want to see a green doji in that green, in that wick, something like that. And then on Friday I'd want to see it kind of push up a bit, and then maybe we can then squeeze through that area like that, and then smash up. Otherwise, if we kind of red, we can get red, come back, contest the lows, then it'll be another miserable weekend potentially. Or I don't know, let's see what happens. Mujahid one time and lady bought 1 BTC at 6 USD. Shit. Any updates or right? All right. So unless there's any more questions, I'll kind of go and have a look at a few other things. I think what I'm looking for personally is some real bearish CVD. That's going to be for me the biggest indicator of what happens next. Potentially we're seeing a little CVD here. Because you see how it's gone up. I don't know if I'm seeing any more bullish CVD here, so which kind of indicates that maybe the buying is slowing down or stopping. And I don't think anyone's going to FOMO in and market buy now. So if anyone's going to be buying, they're going to be buying with limit orders, and that's how you see the CVD, or selling with limit orders. You might get some market selling, but that usually will happen if you liquidate, and then we'll have to see if there's any CVD or not at the lows. Let me have a look at these other things here quickly. So look at this. This is the close session. We're actually underneath the close point of control. That's not good, is it? Let me just have a look at ETH quickly. I'll just have a look on my phone first to see what it looks like, because then I can look at both of them. Are we seeing bullish CVD on ETH? It's copying Bitcoin, no? Oh, that is Bitcoin. Shit. Yeah, we're getting some slight bullish CVD on ETH though. There is bullish CVD here. And from that low, there is absorption here on ETH. So we're getting bullish CVD on ETH. Huh? Let me have a look at it on Binance. Not really that much on Binance. Really not. That's a 2-minute time frame. It's a 5-minute time frame. Better to see. Not really. Right, any questions? So in the context of that, Solana's been pumping, so let's just have a look at Solana. Crazy, crazy. Solana it's had a really strong day today. Look at that yellow line that I've got. I haven't actually looked at this in a long time. It's this weird trend line. The main thing with Solana is that it came back to the value area, hit it once here, and it's come back and it's kind of not been able to close inside the value area, and it's taken the liquidity from the lows, not being able to close inside the value area. Bullish reaction to higher prices. I'm finding it difficult to imagine that this is going to now go down, because we've already had, oops, right, my goodness, it's bugged out. I have to refresh this. I find it hard to imagine that Solana is going to go down in a meaningful way. Let's go back to it. We have this higher range. Let me look at that. It's coming into the previous range here. Look, the previous value area low. It's broken through the golden pocket, huh? It's a really strong candle, huh? It's like a fucking god candle. That is. The volume is good too. Look at the volume. Increasing volume here, look, increasing volume. Look at that. Increasing volume. It's really nice. Let's have a look at the weekly time frame. That's a really strong weekly candle. I mean, you don't expect it to not go up to the top, do you? You don't expect it to top out here, huh? There's no reason for it to finish here, is there? It probably should go up to that weekly level at the very least to fill that candle. The monthly candle should probably go all the way up to the top, probably. And that's a 3-day candle is about to close. Look at that 3-day candle. That's a really bullish 3-day candle, huh? Look how bullish that is. Taking the lows. Pushed way up. Closed higher. It's a really strong 3-day candle. It's a really bullish one there. Increasing volume, look. Increasing volume. I think Solana wants to go up higher, to be honest with you. It looks like it wants to go up higher. And you get something like that. It's like a breakout. The neckline, massive breakout. But looks like a breakout, doesn't it? What's the momentum like? No problem. Just smash through it. Look at that. None of those moving averages held the price. It just smashed through it. So could you get a back test? You could always get a back test. You could always go all the way down to go up. It's always possible, yeah. But that's a really crazy breakout, isn't it? So you have a little bit of resistance slightly higher, this moving average, which kind of corresponds with this level there. We haven't really had a breakout like that on Solana in a while, have we? Let's just kind of hide these now. slightly different situation. It's kind of in a little downtrend, and then we're turning. Last time we were in a downtrend, that was like this, wasn't it? It came down, came up to there, came all the way down to the wick before it went up. Could you go down like this to the wick? Go up. Hold on a second. Right. It's a tricky one, huh? I think possibly Solana's been in such a downtrend, hasn't it? And you've got a really nice breakout there, haven't you? That possibly we just go up, huh? We just continue. That's the second time you've broken out that trend line after a swing failure of these lows. It's like that, isn't it? Fake out, breakout, fake out, breakout. That's the fake out. Take the lows, right back up, breaking out. I think it's quite strong, personally. Doesn't mean you can't pull back. And obviously, if you come right back underneath that trend line, I think that would be really, honestly, I think that would be really bearish, wouldn't it? I don't think that's bullish. I think actually you just need to stay above this neckline, whatever happens, and then we're good. Solana for a higher high. Maybe that's what I want to see next on Solana, on a slightly higher time frame. Take out that high for a higher high, then higher low, and then we can smash through this and just go into price discovery. 25 US dollars. It's amazing. You're a genius. So I'm feeling really bullish on Solana, to be honest with you, which makes me really bullish on SLERF. So let's have a look at SLERF. Yeah, look at that. So I did a long kind of stream on SLERF yesterday. I was just trying to figure out the Elliott waves. It's so freaking hard to figure out sometimes. That I spent a long time on it, didn't I? I changed it to new Elliott waves. And I don't know if this is, I mean, it looks impulsive, so you like to think this is the impulsive move. But remember, look here, we had quite a large volume, increasing volume, increasing volume. And after a downtrend, this was the last time we had a crazy downweight. This was a downtrend here. Got a really big injection of volume. Downtrend here. This time it went up and down before it actually got out of there. Is this just going to go straight up? It's just hard to think that SLERF is going to do that. But if Solana is, then I don't see any reason why. So I was initially thinking like Maybe if it was an ABC, it would be like this. I don't know if I'm in that mind anymore, to be honest with you. Maybe this is the impulsive move. And when I look at these candles, look at that 4-hour candle, bullish engulfing, smashed it right through the point of control. And so what was interesting about SLERF is that the point of control came back to the lows. So we had ping pong of the point of control, came back to the lows, and now the price is above the point of control. It's really bullish. That's really bullish. So point of control moving to the lows, price is above the point of control, nice bullish engulfing and smashing through into higher prices. And like just looking at the way the price moved down here really quickly, I think this has legs to go right up to there, to be honest with you. And just fill all of those red candles right to the top. There's no green candles. There's like one little green candle here. On this time frame, it tells me the point of control is there, but it makes, sorry. And if it does go up to this kind of high volume node or previous point of control, that would be a breakout of this downtrend, look, which has been hit once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. You don't expect the 5th time to hold, and especially in the context of the price coming down so fast. So that's your first kind of little bit of resistance. It kind of corresponds nicely with these little green candles here. And then maybe it just goes straight up. It might fake out and then just go up again. Fill that all the way up. Fill those gaps all the way up to there. It's food for thought, huh? It's food for thought. It's looking really bullish. It doesn't want to go down, does it? It's like, what the fuck? It's like, I don't care about going down. I just want to go up. These candles are really bullish. Look, close higher, close higher. This 4-hour candle is going to close higher. So I do like it. Like, I mean, if it came back down to there, that'd be okay. And then continued. It'd be okay with that if it just came back down to there and just continued. And obviously you don't want to lose, you don't want to 4-hour, like it's really easy when you see these candles, these 4-hour candles, because you don't really want to close a 4-hour candle underneath there, and that would be a bearish engulfing reversal. And so just looking at these candles, if you suddenly see a bearish engulfing candle drop there, that's miserable, huh? If it's bullish, worst case scenario will come back down to there and push right back up. And so looking at these, look, see here, you don't really want to lose that low there with a close. You don't want to close lower than this 2-hour candle. See this big, this 1-hour candle. I don't think you want to close underneath this line. Any closes underneath here, it would start, I mean, it can always go up, but I'm not fond of that. I think if it's going to continue to be bullish the way it looks like it is, then it shouldn't really close lower. It should just continue with higher lows and then just continue going up and up and up. That's kind of my initial thought on this. And if that could mean that BTC goes sideways, yeah, I'm not necessarily thinking BTC is going to continue going up. Maybe BTC does a doji tomorrow. There, you put in a higher high there, so that kind of invalidates any bearish, local bearish CVD, doesn't it? Oh, you haven't? Oh, fuck. But I'm not getting bearish CVD here. Look, there was a little bit there, but not much. And here I'm not getting any bearish CVD. That's good. It's good that you're not getting bearish CVD. It'd be nice to get bullish CVD, but I'm not getting bearish CVD. So as long as you don't get bearish CVD, okay, I'm happy. I'm a happy chappy. And in the context of this, when you're looking at ETH. All right, so ETH is a little bit weaker. It's a little bit weaker than Bitcoin. I think what's happened is that maybe ETH is overpumped and that's why it looks weaker. So we're getting a little bit of a kind of corrective down here now on ETH. You see, this is a corrective down. But Solana is on fire. I think Solana is on fucking fire. Yeah, Solana's on fire. Wow. So actually Solana is trying hard to push higher. It's trying hard to push higher. And remember what I said? I said if you can close into these candles, then you're probably going to fill the rest of the candle. Probably it's a probable chance. Yeah, it's a higher chance. It doesn't always happen. It's not 100%, but usually you see this down candle. It's a 12-hour candle. You close into it. This green candle closes into that 12-hour candle. Usually it fills all the way up. It continues. It could pull back, but it will fill. Yeah, it's like a gap. These candles can act as gaps. So candles, when you see these bodies, it means it's in that time frame it was illiquid, and then when you get the wicks, that's where it's liquid and you get a bit of a pushback. And so when you close, if it goes up, it will just go up. See, this all look, it's just going to go up, huh? It's just going to go up. It's going to go up. Looks like it just wants to go up. So it's quite interesting. Huh? I like that. I like that Solana's going up. So as long as all coins are going up, I think BTC is safe. And I think that's the real litmus test. If you start seeing ETH and Solana, the big ones, starting to show weakness, then it's an indication of Bitcoin also kind of not being so strong as it might appear, or it might seem. But as long as Bitcoin wants to continue going up, altcoin, look, it has made a higher high here. See that? So there was no, whatever bearish divergences existed has now been for sure invalidated, because you just put in a higher high, and you are getting a little bit of bullish CVD here. Look at that bullish CVD forming here, just on this little push up. So as long as that continues, we're good. A little short squeeze here, a little short squeeze. Okay, now nothing changes when it comes to the highs here, because you are coming back into resistance. Yeah, so you might get another big take profit. It might put in a lower high. It might put in a high. I prefer a higher high, and grind up. I'd prefer to grind up. It would destroy shorts if we start grinding up. They just get obliterated if Bitcoin starts to grind up. Then I think the alts are going to really do nicely, and I wouldn't mind if tomorrow we end up with a really nice green doji on Bitcoin. I'm not necessarily expecting, who knows, anything's possible, but how much more time is left? We've got half an hour. You could just go up, huh? Fuck me, that would be crazy if it just went up. It'd be really strong if it just went up. I'm not expecting it, just because of the golden pocket. Yeah, it's a lower probability, not low but lower. I would prefer a little bit of consolidation here, a little bit of to and froing until we can just get through here. Who knows, let's see. But again, the same idea exists here. Oh yeah, look, let's look at these candles. They filled up to there. So look at these candles. 6 hours. It's filled. They've been filled. Could continue. Look, this 8-hour candle is a continuation candle. It's not a topping candle. Look, see that? Closed higher. It's not a topping candle yet. This 8-hour candle. So it's good to look at these candles and see what's happening in the different time frames. That 8-hour candle is not a topping candle, it's a continuation candle because it's closing higher. It's continuing. It looks like it wants to continue, but it's an 8-hour candle, so you could only tell in the next in 8 hours time after it closes what happens next. But it's like, this is a 6-hour candle, it's a continuation candle. See that? The 4-hour candle is a continuation candle. It's really bullish. It's really fucking bullish. We might squeeze up, huh? Fuck me. That would be really amazing. Let's see what happens. I'm feeling quite bullish. What do you want me to have a look at? So, is anyone still here? No one's chatting, so I don't know. Fuck XRP. I'm not looking at XRP. Who wanted me to have a look at something like Voigt? I'll have a look at Voigt while we're here. And I'll look at Quanix as well, because I'm interested to see what happens. So there's a big difference between tokens which are on derivatives and leverage tokens and spot tokens. There's a big difference, yeah? Oh, you did, huh? No, don't regret it. You made money. Why are you regretting it? If you truly regret it, you can slowly scale back in on and look for good entries. Don't regret anything. Can't regret taking profit, dude. Why are you regretting? Oh my god, I made money. I regret it. Just look for the next trade. Look for the next opportunity. That's a good trader will take their profit and will move on to the next trade. Won't even blink. Yeah, that's a good mentality. It's a good philosophy. Yeah, don't regret winning trades. What the fuck? I made money and I regret it. Oh, I could have made a lot of money. Oh yeah, if I bought Bitcoin when it was at $10 or Solana when it was $25, sure, I'd be rich now. Yeah, dude, I'm the biggest idiot, because back in 2012 I was trying to mine Bitcoin for a good part of a week. It was $12. I couldn't do it. It didn't work. It was like fucking, my computer was quite good. It was a gaming computer. And I couldn't even get anything. And I was like, shit, man, I've just spent like 25 whatever euros, whatever it was, on electricity this whole week. Like, I haven't got anything. I didn't really know much about Bitcoin. I just tried it. And then I just packed in and thought, it's not worth it. I didn't even look at it again. Fucking in the next year, it was $100. 2 years later, whatever, it was $1,000. What the fuck? What an idiot. Could have been a billionaire, because I'm quite obsessive. So yeah, who's the real idiot? I'm the real idiot. I wouldn't be here streaming. I'd be in Trump's cabinet or something, some shit like that. But I don't deserve it because I gave up. Let's have a look at Voigt and Quanix. Voigt's gonna. Oh, put a higher lower. Yes, higher low. Wow. Higher low. That's your first wave. Haven't looked at this in a long time, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction, higher low. Could this be the next move? Sure could be. Looks okay. I like higher lows. Nice bullish candles. Nice bullish. This could be good. Nothing really to report, to be honest with you. You've put in your wave 1 here. The main thing is that you put in a higher low and don't take out the low for this corrective move. And so now what we want is a bigger move. What we want is a really big move, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need a big move now, huh? It needs to be a big move, because you need to clear the high there for sure in a wave 3 type move here, if this is our next wave 3. And if it is a wave 3, it's going to be the wave 3 of the wave 3, so it should actually be really big. It should probably We need this wave 3 to go up all the way up, to be honest with you, but there is a 618 there in the way that I've got. We have to see how it plays out. If this is the beginning of the move, I've got this value area high here that's kind of in the way. So let me just draw the volume or update the volume. No changes as of yet. So there's a little bit of kind of what's the momentum like? We're into resistance, here, but we've closed higher, closing higher than all of these wicks. See that? This is really quite nice, even though we're coming into a little bit of resistance. We've rejected off this resistance, these moving averages, a few times. Maybe this time we have a chance of getting through them, like breaking through them, you know? That's kind of what you want to see next. I feel like the next move has to be another green candle, and it has to be quite strong. But we are coming into a little bit of resistance here. So if we find resistance here and go right back down, it's not going to look pretty. So we have to see what happens. It's hard to tell. But it does look good at the moment, because you have taken out these lows. You've taken out the low of that candle. You've put in a higher low here. Have we put in a higher low? Yes, we have. Oh, maybe not. Shit, can't tell. Just. Yeah, just. So that's good. So that means you don't invalidate this first 5 wave move. So this could be the wave 3. And if this, I think if we can break through, get above the value area high, it's a good sign. It's a really good sign, because it means that the price is failing to get back into the value area. So the value area becomes support. The value area is rejecting the price, and then we have a really good chance of smash going up to higher prices, especially after this first impulsive wave, after this crazy correction, higher low here. Let's get back above the value area high, and then we have a good chance of impulsing away. Okay, so it's looking okay. It doesn't look too bad at the moment. Let me have a look at these. Yeah, look, see these local moving averages have turned. So we have our impulsive move. Look at that. We have our impulsive move. We have a little V-shaped recovery there. This is nice. This is really nice. We see the moving averages have turned. Now we're starting to trend on the lower time frame, which is good. That's kind of what you want to see on the 12-hour time frame. Different time frames, the moving averages are slowly starting to give way, aren't they? They're kind of giving way. They're not really resisting the price as much as they used to, or not. And that means the momentum is now finished, I think, probably. And now maybe the momentum is now starting to turn. And if we start getting continuation, this is looking really nice, to be honest with you. If we can just zap up like that, it's going to look really good, isn't it? It's going to look really bullish. Zap up for a V shape there. And then we have to see what happens next. Okay, so I'm looking quite good. Oh, Ali Hash. Oh, yeah. Do you want me to look at it again? I bought Bitcoin with my brother when I was 12 because we wanted to try something in dark web. Then I forgot it for like 8 years. Oh, God. Brute forcing it. Turned out I swapped it all for Ethereum Classic. Well, you must have made money on the Ethereum Classic, no? Didn't the Ethereum Classic get forked? Oh, no. Oh, the targets on SLERF? Honestly, Ali Hash is a very tricky one, because I'm in a leveraged SLERF position right now. I posted it on Discord, and I'm actually I have the right mind to just fucking hold it and see what happens. It's a bit of a gamble. I don't always gamble, but sometimes I do. I like to gamble sometimes. Just for fun, you know. Oh, I always regret gambling when I lose. here. Did you see that? I've got a 229,000 SLERF position opened at 14.87 on the breakout. So I'm just wondering if I just hold it, huh? Just see what happens. It's quite a lot of SLERF, huh? If this is the next big move, look, we're at 16.36 now. I haven't touched it. I added a little bit, but I haven't touched it. It's still open. I might take profit soon. Actually, I don't know. It's hard to the hardest thing is it's hard to take profit, but it's also hard to not take profit. So they're both hard. But best practice is to take profit. But I'm looking at it and I'm just wondering if we are in a impulsive, if this is the next big wave, if this is the big one that I'm kind of maybe thinking about. Elliott waves kind of can fuck you up sometimes, because sometimes, like, how many times did we think this is it, this is it, this is it, was that it, you know, was this it? And you're in big profit and then suddenly it just goes down and it goes down and you're like, shit, I should have taken profit, I should have taken profit. And then here, right at the lows, smashing through the point of control, back testing, coming to the value area, finding support. It's like the best condition for holding out, huh? Big bullish engulfing. My entry is like somewhere here. Actually, I entered down here and I took profit. So with this first one, I was taking profit, right? And then I re-entered. So I was taking profit and then I re-entered as I saw the price action. And I actually entered in bigger. And then I'm thinking to myself, sure, it could go down. I could lose my unrealized gains. I'd have to re-enter again, wouldn't I? Or I could just hold out and see what happens, because, you know, some position like that, if this does suddenly get really impulsive, if this is the beginning of the run that I'm potentially expecting, which is the wave 3 to crazy prices, potentially, if this new wave count is correct, then you kind of want to leave it. I want to leave it open as long as possible, don't I? And see if I can get to crazy numbers, really high numbers. Can make a shit ton of money. And that basically, that risk, I'm basically risking right now. I'm risking potentially $3,000 with a really good position, which might not get invalidated because it's quite low, for crazy numbers, you know. If it did go up to the previous all-time highs of 46 cents, I'll tell you how much it would be right now. It's a big risk, but if it got to the previous high, you're risking $3,000. I could walk away with $70,000 just in that one trade. It's a bit of a risk, but it's a pretty good risk to reward. If this is the beginning move, the first impulse of this big move, this big wave 3, in the context of Trump and the inflation data and all that kind of shit landing together, above the point of control, I like that. And Solana is looking quite strong, it's looking quite bouncy. I don't know if I'll be able to hold it to high numbers. I might be thinking about taking profit earlier, to be honest with you, because the golden pocket isn't really an area to be messed with, generally speaking. If I find this high volume node up here, there'll be a lot of trap liquidity there. It might be a good idea to just take profit and then look to re-enter. To be honest with you, I'd like to do that sometimes. You lose your entry, but you're realizing gains, and so you just have to re-enter again. So it's not a big deal taking profit, but so early on I'm thinking maybe not. So early on I'm thinking maybe I'll just risk it a little bit, and probably regret it. But if you're going to risk it, it's better to risk it now here in this context and try and risk it when you're already at the highs and you're trying to break out the highs. Because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll take really high leverage positions at the highs for a breakout. Well, actually it's probably better to do it here in the lows on a big swing failure into the value area low, when in the context of the rest of crypto pumping type thing. You know, this is the risk, this is the better risk, isn't it? So in terms of targets, well, look, if we get a trend line break here, that would be extremely bullish. And we do have a high volume node here. Let me just update it because it's there, it is there. And we have another one here. So maybe a better strategy would be to cover. Covering might be a better strategy. And I know SLERF has the potential to go up really mentally. Yeah, it has the potential. You suddenly get some crazy volume coming into SLERF. That's why I'm a little bit hands off trigger. Just wait, because if you suddenly get some big volume, then this could start going up like mental. There's a high volume node there, which also is a daily level. You see that daily level there? So there's quite a good confluence there. And then if you just draw some kind of you've got these fibs as well. There's an SR flip there at that 50%. There are some levels to contend with. So it's not going to be a straight ride. But the good thing is I got a position underneath the point of control, so I could afford to potentially hold it for a little bit. And see this time, this one here, where look at this one here where it crossed the point of control there and there, just didn't come back, it just kept on going and going, didn't it? Look, see that? Just had to be patient. Entered. If you entered here, the big entry, look how far it went. Just so I am thinking with SLERF, maybe just ride it to much higher prices. And so in this context, let's just say hypothetically, that was the zero. Where was the top of the one? There. And this is the beginning. A 1-to-1 is just above that high. A 618 is kind of there. And an extension is up there. So these are kind of like in my mind, these are my really big targets. The 618 of this trend. I like this trend based fib a lot. Don't know, just making this up to be honest with you. For a wave 3, who knows? Don't know. I have to see what happens. It's really important that Bitcoin actually goes up. So I mean, if I start it, I think it's more important that Bitcoin goes up and shows strength, and then kind of not really look at SLERF. As long as I continue to see strength from Bitcoin, then I'll probably hold that out much longer than I anticipate. Look, because Bitcoin is going up, isn't it? Oh, look, a little. These trend lines are pretty amazing. So what time is it now? 10 minutes ago. I think, look, this is these are continuation candles. These higher time frame ones, these 4-hour one, that's a continuation candle. But the 2-hour one is not. The 2-hour one is closing inside that wick. So the next 2 hours, it could just come back down to here or here. Yeah, just bear that in mind. So just because the 4-hour is looking like a continuation candle, the 2-hour is not, because it's closing in the wick. It's not continuing. The 2-hour, the 1-hour, these are not continuing. These are coming up, but they're inside the wick, so they're bound. They're bound by this candle. See that? This 2-hour is bound by that candle, right? So you have to be really patient, because you want to see a 4-hour continuation. And now if the 4-hour closes in that top wick, suddenly that 4-hour is now bound. Yeah, and it could take a little bit of time to get through this area, just because of this big wick here. See what I'm saying? So you just got to bear that in mind. So this could take a little bit of time to play out. And then you have this 12-hour candle. Well, it is a continuation candle, but it could come all the way back down to here based on the 12-hour time frame. So they all have their kind of limits, their ranges, and they take time to print. And so you can't just react and go, oh my god, it's going down in a 2-hour candle, when actually a higher time frame candle is still pushing up. SLERF has just hit a little bit of resistance. Look, see? So I just got an alert on SLERF. Let's have a look at it again. Yeah. Just see my alert here. That's the one. It's the wrong chart. What's that one? Looks okay. Looks okay. Yeah, that's the next big level. So you were asking me about the next big level. $19 cents. I think that's the next big level. 19 cents. A good place to cover, actually. I'll get an alert when it hits that area. 19 cents. RH, welcome. Quanex. Let me just go to Quanex. It's almost end of day. Okay. So, like I said, just because we're going up doesn't mean we're going to go up anymore. We have to see what happens next. It is looking bullish, huh? It is looking bullish. But we could be ranging here now. I'd like to see a flat range here, flat correction, up and down, or grinding up. I'd like to see that here. That, for me, that would be the most bullish scenario, just keeping bullish structure, bullish market structure, higher lows, higher highs. That would be really nice until you finally get another explosive move, because you start to get crazy FOMO. If the price of Bitcoin keeps on grinding up, you'll start to get some real mad FOMO. And as long as the selling, as long as you don't see bearish CVD, then we could be going much higher. Maybe all the way to the all-time high, actually. Just looking at this, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but who knows? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be in a straight line, but can you imagine if just goes piles through in a straight line to all-time highs? People are going to be madly FOMOing in. People who missed out, who were waiting for lower, they're going to be like, shit, I was waiting for 86k. I didn't buy. Bitcoin's back at 100. Now it's 104. Now it's 108. Oh my God, I better start buying. What the fuck? What did I do? I missed out just because they didn't buy at the range low on a massive swing failure or on a big reaction. Yeah, remember that I said this is good, 89k. And we're up 11, we're up at 100k now. Can you, that was only a couple of days ago. Amazing, huh? Incredible. Just unbelievable. Right, Quanex, let's have a look. That's against Bitcoin. All right, so right, good night, mate. Ian Snow, have a good sleep. Thanks for joining us. I think Quanex is nice. I don't mind it at all. I've never really minded it. It did kind of take this low and it went lower. I didn't buy this time, to be honest with you. I was buying other things. I didn't really, because the thing about Quanex is I have to buy spot, and I didn't want to take money out of my collateral pool to buy spot because I needed it for collateral to buy leverage. So that's why I didn't buy any more. I am thinking about buying more because I'm thinking about selling some shit tokens and buying Quanex. But what I'd like to see on Quanex now is more impulsive. I want to see a little bit of an impulse now. I don't just want to, I'm a bit tired of this, to be honest with you. I think it's at the right place, but I think it needs to get into this value area. Let's just have a look at it. Yeah, it is actually. It's trying to get into this value area. Look, see that? So you end up buying a little bit higher, 10 or 16% higher, but at least then I can just wait for the correction and then accumulate into the correction once I start seeing it move, because I am expecting it to move. Yeah, I'm expecting another big wave, and I don't know if it's begun yet, so I'm not 100% sure, because I'd like to see some volume, and I'm not seeing that just yet. And so rather than just keep on accumulating and taking value out of my leverage pool, i.e. selling Solana, I'd like to, Solana's pumping, I'd like to hold on to Solana, and then I'd like to see if Quanex can actually find a little bit of strength here, get through that point of control, and then that, for me, that would be a trigger. If we can kind of get back into the range and get above the point of control here, so it's no longer acting as any kind of meaningful resistance, then I'll be like, okay, this is good. Now we're starting to go. Now we're starting to move. I think the point of control here at 5.1 or 2 cents is really important. We can just get back above it. Looking at the daily candle, really nice daily. Oh, it's a bullish engulfing candle, but again, the volume for me is always a bit annoyed. I'm annoyed by the volume. I want to see more volume. Look at here, when we first moved, the volume was significantly higher. See that? We started to get some nice big volume, increasing volume. And here we've got really weak volume right now. So could it be the beginning? Of course it could. It could be the beginning, or it could still be correcting. It could still be consolidating. It's trying to figure it out. Sometimes with these kind of smaller, kind of obscure tokens, the rest of the market moves first, and then you get spotlight comes onto this token at the right time, and then you get a capital kind of rotation. But potentially, yeah, potentially it could be a good place for the price to bottom out here, and then we're just looking to see how that plays out. Let me have a look at these other. I'm not going to go into too much depth, but this 3-day candle looks pretty good, huh? Looks really good. You see it's gone down and it's come right back up. It's a red candle, so it's a bearish candle, but the bears have failed, huh? That's like a bearish candle. That's a failure. It's a failure because the bears have been in control of that candle in the last 3 days, because it's closing red in 1 minute's time, and it's cleared the liquidity from the lows, it's gone lower, and it's actually ended up closing higher than these lows. And so the bears have failed. It's like a bearish failure. So now the bears have failed. The next question is, will the bulls jump in the next few days? It's really important. It'll be very easy for the bulls to turn this candle green, the next candle green. Very easy. And if they do, then you'll have a really nice reversal pattern here, wouldn't you? It would be, see that, red, green, green, and then if you have a green one, and then you're probably just going to start pumping. You've got a nice reversal here of this value area low here, whatever. So maybe I will buy some, actually, just looking at it. 12%, 26%, could go up really high. Could really start pumping, huh? Bam, bam, bam. Be nice to see that, huh? So it could be in a good place. Is the Gartley in play? I don't know. It's kind of a bit prolonged. It could be still potentially, but I don't think it matters. What matters now is this is actually quite a bullish candle, but the volume is low, so it's a bullish. See, it's a bullish engulf. This is a bullish engulfing daily candle. It's actually a really nice candle, to be honest with you. So it could be the low. The low could be in here with this. I just want to see volume now. Bam. That's a bullish 12-hour candle. These are nice candles, but it's kind of low volume. So I want to see volume. Volume tells me that people are buying through the sell pressure, if there's any more sell pressure. There's Cornex. Daily close, let's go. Oh, wow, 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 wow. That's a really strong daily close. If I do say so. Look, we've actually closed on the other side of this trend line. We've actually broken that fucking trend line. Oh my god. Oh, it's a really strong close. I wonder if we just squeeze up now, huh? We'll see now as we take the highs. Did we take the high? Just took the high. Oh my god. What the hell? If we start getting some increasing... Wow. Just took the high. No swing failure. Or maybe there is. Let's see. Can't see a swing failure. Can't see it. Look. Longs coming in. Some longs coming in. Pushing the price up. Wow. Really bullish, huh? They'll take profit there. It's a higher high. So if it does pull back, it could grind up. And it could just go down and up and down and up. But market structure is bullish here. Local time frame, another high. No swing failure. There's your swing failure. See that? If you close down, we have to see, but there is a swing failure potentially. Shorts will enter that. Let's have a look. This is where shorts will enter to cover their positions, right there. Going to start shorting. Oh, I fucking longed. Why did I long? didn't mean to do that. It's that long. It's been a short. There you go, I just shorted. So what you do is you just short and you just put the invalidation at the high. You risk a small amount, and then if your short gets taken out, you don't care, small risk. But if it continues going up, your short gets stopped out. So I started with a very small short. See what happens. If it continues going up, I'll get my small short get stopped out, but I'm still in the long. It's not a big deal. Just to test it. Looks bullish though. Yeah, no short. I'm going to get stopped out. It was a very small short, but just to test it. It's good to test these things, yeah. Looks really bullish. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to get stopped out, so that's fine. It's just above the local high. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it was okay. Should do the same with SLERF, huh? Maybe look at SLERF. Fuck. Positions aren't getting filled. Yeah, let's see what happens. But it looks good. That is actually, let's see, that's actually quite bearish there. If that 1 hour closes like that, then you are looking to go down a little bit. See the timings matter. Like this 4 hour, that could be quite bearish, yeah? For a daily candle. That could be quite bearish because you've taken the high. So it is worth shorting, because that could be the high of the day. Just don't know. Just because you just put in you've just taken out the high. Let's just see if well, what happens with these shorts is that they have to take profit, and then you have to see. All right, go to bed. Bedtime. What do you guys think? You want me to have a look at some other things? The really small shorts. Yeah, I actually want this to go up, so I'm not too fussed. Really small short, just for the invalidation at the high there, just in case it goes down. Yeah, that's all it was, just a little cover. But I'm expecting it to go up, probably. If you lose this area, it could go down. This kind of needs, this 1 hour candle needs to be green. We need green candles. Yeah, green candles are really important. Higher lows, green candles. This is okay at the moment. If we get a little bit of bullish CVD here for continuation. But then you could get these late longs could get trapped. Daily open. And then it can pull down, and then depending on the longs, it could get quite brutal. Right, what should we look at? Anything? Go to bed. Bedtime, yeah? TRBL. Well, TRVL's in trouble. Big time trouble. I had a word with the team today, and that's kind of why I'm not really doing much TRVL, because I don't want to like spread bad news, because it's in trouble. TRVL's in trouble. We've just put in an all-time low against Bitcoin, So this isn't good. Actually, I'm just going to message them now. We have to see what happens with TRVL. I think a lot of people are a little bit antsy, a little bit nervous, because they're looking at the chart now and they're thinking, what the fuck is this? We are at a good place for the price to find support if it wants to go up, but we're also in real danger of creating a quadruple bottom. Does it even exist, a quadruple bottom? I've never heard of it. Is there such a thing as a no? There isn't. There's no such thing. Quadruple bottom trading. Does it exist? Well, I can't spell it right. Let's see. Quadruple. I've never seen it. Quadruple bottom. The quadruple bottom is a chart pattern that appears when the price keeps coming to test a certain support level 4 times. I've never seen it. Similar to a double and triple bottom, the quadruple bottom pattern happens when the price keeps coming to test a certain level 4 times. A series of V-shapes aligned at the same price level. They're more like strong defense line where buyers consistently step in. EuroCAD. First touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch. Temporary resist line. That's 9 cents. It's really problematic for TRVL because we could be going back down to 2 cents. That's not good. I don't like that. Four distinct lows around the similar price levels. The market is complex, so you'll most likely not find 4 lows bouncing on the exact same price level. However, these lows must occur around the same price point, showing that each time sellers push the price down, buyers step in to defend the support price. That's basically what we're experiencing right now with TRVL, quadruple bottom. What do you think? Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times now. So even though now is a good place to buy, it might not be. It might not be a good place to buy because of this fucking, the momentum of this market is really bad. And based on this, can you imagine if TRVL drop? I mean, I really want it to just drop now. I don't really want it to go down slowly. I really want people to sell so we can bottom out like in January so that we can go up type thing. Like that's, for me, this is I don't want us to slowly go down now. I think we need to go down really fast. Like red, red, red. Let's get down there, test the bottom for a few weeks, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, and then smash up for another move up. And then we have a chance. We can't go down slow. We can't just kind of slowly go down like that. We kind of need to go down, bam, 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 bam. Hopefully a higher low, and then just go right up there, 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 and ping away for a quadruple bottom type thing. But the question is, will people not buy here and sell here again? They might. So we could just be stuck here, couldn't we? Stuck in this range forever. Anyway, this is looking really bad, isn't it? It's not looking good at all. And the problem with this is the momentum, isn't it? So look at that. Every time we had, like, look at this. Every time you had this problem, this problem where the moving average is turning. Look at them turning. Turning, just turned again, and we haven't had a test. Yeah, so that's really the, if anyone's looking to exit, if anyone's stuck in TRVL, they're looking to exit. Like every single time we dropped, we had a test. Maybe, could you argue, could that be the test there? 1 2 1 2. No, we're looking for another big test. So really the exit, if anyone's looking to exit, the next big exit in this down move, that could have been the first one at 55.2. The next big one could be like there, something like that, or as these start to trend down, that'd be like a head and shoulders pattern, and then you are going down, aren't you? And it has to be fast. It'll be a big sell off. The next up is going to be a really big sell, I think. And then you'll have your ABC corrective like this potentially. How are my shorts doing? Oh, they're doing quite well, huh? I can scale into these. That's what I'll be looking for next. And then you can have this ABC corrective like this. Let's just say, I don't know if it's here. Let's just say hypothetically it's here somewhere. Let's say at 3 point. Maybe there. For a higher low somewhere here in 618, it'd be like this: bam, bam, bam. Take it down 45%. That'll be your exit. Exit there. 1 2 3 corrective. 1 2 3 4 5 higher low here. Find support somewhere here at 2.2. And it'd be a shamer, but I mean, I think I want it to happen really fast. So I wouldn't mind if we get like a big pump, just one day, just someone just longs, and then it gets sold into. And where would be a good place to sell into that? $0.041. 4.1 cents. So you wouldn't sell now into the golden pocket. That makes no sense. You'd have to wait for a back test at 4.1 cents. And then you're looking at some kind of head and shoulders pattern here. Take it right down to the in one drop. Bam, 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 bam. And then you just buy right back up at 2.2. A fast drop. Bottom out at 2.2. That could be your quadruple bottom. And take it right back up for your impulsive move. So we might not have bottomed out here at the moment. We might not have bottomed out. Now keep that in mind. We've got the MACD chart. Let's have a look at Bitcoin now. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Bitcoin doesn't like people shorting. Bitcoin hates shorters, doesn't it? Oh, but ETH doesn't mind. ETH is okay with shorting. ETH likes a little bit of shorting. But SLERF. Does SLERF like shorting? My shorts are at break even, so that is a bearish candle on SLERF. Look at that. 1 hour time frame. It's pretty bearish. If it closes lower than the previous candle, we'll see how it closes in 1 hour. But it's putting in a higher low, so it's okay. Could get a flat correction here and then squeeze up. I just added to my BTC short, actually. Just a little bit more. Added to my ETH short. Just slightly short and just slightly covering. Just in case it starts dropping. You never know. And if it goes up, you just lose a little bit and it just pumps, continues. All right, guys, I'm probably going to go to bed. It's good having you guys. Ali Hash says SLERF with 2 USD this cycle, not financialized, 1 billion market cap. Dude, if it goes to 2, fuck me. I need to stay in my long as possible if you really think that. Because I could walk away with a shit ton of money. $2. Oh my God, how much would that be? Maybe like a few $100,000. I'm holding on to that shit, dude. No messing. If it's underneath the point of control, so easy. Alright guys, it was lovely to stream tonight. A little bit painful. Just because of TRVL. I'm a bit nervous about TRVL. Let's see what happens. Alright guys, good night. Have a good evening. Mujahid, RH, what point of dreaming you were here to the end.